Hey there, it's Scott at the Pedal Guy. How you doing? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build a real kick-ass bass rig inside of the Headrush pedal board. Now, before we get to it, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet,
why?
There's tons of free information here, so click that subscribe button down there. And if you want to follow us on Facebook or Instagram, we'd love to see you there too. Now, before I get to the bass rig, a quick disclaimer.
I am not a professional bass player. I'm a guitar player that plays bass, and we all know what that means. Having said that, please be kind and do not comment on the bass playing on this video. The purpose of this video is to show that the Headrush is a kick-ass pedal board for both guitarists and bassists alike. Enjoy the content.
Okay, now that that's out of the way, make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because I've got something special for you. But now, let's get to the bass rig. So starting at the far left, I've got the dynamic compressor that's going into a choice of either an orange phaser or a multi-chorus because I wanted a compression to go into modulation, at which point the signal is then split. And you can do that by making use of the signal flow button down here in the bottom right. And what I decided to do here is create a really interesting layered sound where one side is going to have an amp and a cabinet and the other side is going to be a bit more direct. And so here on the upper portion here, I decided to go with an Ampeg. This is the Blue Line bass. I didn't go with the mid scoop because I like the sound of this better. It's going to a matching cabinet. I decided to stick with the Dyne 20 microphone, which is Electro Voice. And then from there, I went to a tape echo. And I'm going to show you exactly why I did that in a minute. Don't worry, because that's not normally an effect you'd see on a bass. But trust me, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now on the other side of the signal path here, I'm going to a white boost just to get a little grit in the signal. And that's just being fed into an octaves generator to have a lower octave. Now on top of that, I have just a blank space there because I just couldn't find anything else that I wanted to pop in there because I want to keep it clean but still have some fun. But then I went to the mixer. Now this is where the creativity really comes in for the rig. So here I set the level of A, which is this portion up here, to -6, so it's pulled back just a little bit, and I panned it a little harder to the left. As far as the right side goes, I pulled the level back even further on the right, but as you can also see, the panning is not nearly as pronounced as it is on the left channel, so the right is just a little less. Then what I did is I popped in a volume pedal here, and you can see though that I put it before a reverb. Now the reason I'm doing that is because as I make adjustments to the volume, you're still going to hear the reverb reflections, and that is really one of the cool things about working with the reverb after the volume pedal. So it does add a little bit more texture to it. So that's the rundown of the rig itself and the signal path of the rig. However, here's the other thing though. One of the best things about the Headrush pedal board is the scene function. And so what I did is I also created a bunch of scenes on top of this. Let's go over those. So I saw this as a unique opportunity to really use the scenes to the highest potential. So what I did is I came up with a hybrid solution where I have scenes in the upper row of foot switches, and then I have the individual effects on the bottom row of the foot switches. So for example, I'm on the vanilla setting, which is just very plain Jane. We've got Dyne Comp vanilla and Dyne Comp volume, and we're using the amp and the amp in the cabinet, right? But if I wanted to add in a boost, I could add in a boost, or I could add in octaves, or I could add in the reverb on the end, or I could add in the tape echo if I wanted to. And that goes on for all of the other scenes as well here. So I have my chorus setting, which turns on the multi-chorus. Where at this point I could pop in the octave, which would sound probably really nice, or the reverb or the delay. And then we can move one more over and it turns off the chorus and it turns on the orange phaser, where again I have all of those other effects at my feet. Then I have the solo, which just kind of turns on a lot of the effects with the exception of the octave, so I could just add that in as I want to go along. But this gives you basically 4 different starting points to shape your sound per song. So you could actually get 4 songs out of a single rig here. And that's the power of scenes. Let's have a listen to what that sounds like. Okay, before we wrap this up and sign off, here's that bonus that I offered you before. So I have uploaded this rig, and I have left a link in the video description below so you can download it and use it for yourself for free. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you soon. Well, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any further questions, be sure to visit us at thepedalguide.com. But in the meantime, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly videos and tutorials. Thanks for stopping by here at thepedalguide.com, where I love pedals and so do you.